All right. Cue manual theme music. All right. Welcome to my channel. This is Casey Patterson. That's who I am. And this video is going to be about what the SMP ROTC program is and how you get into it if you are in the National Guard, in the Army National Guard. So a quick 2 minutes about me. I used to be this wonderful specialist here, this rank, and now I am this rank. I am a dot, aka a cadet. So, as a cadet, I am no longer enlisted anymore. I am at the rank of E5, but I'm not an NCO. I'm not a sergeant. If I was still enlisted as an E5, I'd be a sergeant, but I'm not. So if you are a person and you're looking to join ROTC, Reserve Officer Training course, and you are in the National Guard, and you are in school, and you have at least 2 years left in your school program, then you can join ROTC. So I'll get to the SMP program specifically after I give a little bit about the how to get into ROTC. So ROTC normally takes 4 years, and the 4 years is pretty much broken up in half. So the first 2 years are for the people who have never been to basic training and have never been to AIT. Okay, so if you have not been to basic training and you have not been to AIT, which is Advanced Individual Training, for your MOS, your Military Occupational Specialty, aka your job, then you need a 4-year ROTC program, and the 2-year program does not apply to you. However, if you are prior service like me, and you've already done AIT, because I know some people can be prior service but have only been to basic training. I think 09 Sierras fall into that category. If that sounds like what you're thinking about, I have no information for you because I don't know how it goes. When I was in basic training and 09 Sierra was in basic training with me back in 2013, and she just went to Bullock in 2018 because I saw it on Facebook. She was like, "Yay, finally!" But that being said, no 09 Sierra stuff, I have no idea what it does. But ROTC stuff, if you are in a 4-year college/university or a 2-year college and they have an ROTC program, join it. Especially if you're like me and you're prior enlisted, because that means you're already in a unit. That means you've already built rapport with the soldiers at your unit and the leadership at your unit. And so when you go into ROTC, you will more or less know the culture already, and you will be able to know who you should trust, who you shouldn't trust, who needs more leadership, or also maybe the ideas that you have that you can offer to them. Maybe they will be more willing to accept them. And I say all of this to say I am in a new unit. I've only been at this unit for like 4 or 5 drills since December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Oh, okay, cool. I've been here for 7 months. Time flies when you're old. But anyway, so I've been at my unit, and still 7 drills is relatively new. But when you go to when I first got to my unit, I was just a medic. There was only 3 of us, and it just kind of is what it is. We're at the bottom of the totem pole. No one gave a crap about what we thought, and it is what it is. But now that I am a cadet and I'm in the Guard, and I've got my bachelor's degree and I'm getting my master's degree, even being at this new unit, people are hopefully having a little bit more respect for me and my ideas and what I think. But that is a tangent, and I will get back to this video. So, how to be an SMP contracted ROTC cadet in your unit. Well, first, you have to be in an ROTC program, whether you're in the 4-year or the 2-year program. Now, here's where SMP is important. Just because you are in ROTC at your school does not mean that you are in ROTC at your unit. Okay, so being in ROTC or being a cadet at school, that has nothing to do with your unit. Your unit could care less, which is why it's important to be an SMP contracted cadet. I know that there are other programs called Green to Gold and a couple of other state-run programs or a couple of other Army-wide programs. I don't know anything about them. I know what simultaneous membership program or SMP cadets are. So that SMP program is basically a contract that your unit will sign that says that they will honor you or myself being a cadet at school, and also honor that to transfer over to being a cadet or an officer in training at the unit. So that way, when I go to school, I'm a cadet, and when I go to my unit, I'm a cadet, which means I no longer have my MOS. I no longer have the authority to use my MOS. So, for example, I'm a medic. I do not possess the authority anymore to do medic stuff. I still have the knowledge, but that's not my job anymore. And also, if you're like me and you're over being enlisted and you just want to be a cadet and want to be an officer now, in the future once I graduate, then I don't want to be forced into doing my MOS. I don't want to be looked at like I was last drill and people say, "Hey Patterson, you're a medic, go do that medic thing." And then I go, "But I'm a cadet. You saw my contract. This is my ROTC contract." There goes, they would say, "Well, we don't care. That has nothing to do with us." That is, again, why I stress you need that SMP, that simultaneous membership program contract, signed and put into your documentation. That way, in the books, you go from being a cadet, go from being enlisted to being a cadet. That means when people see me, they can say, "Hey, we need you to do that medic thing," and I can say, "I'm not a medic." And they'll go, "Well, I'm an NCO and I order you to do this. This is a lawful order, and you need to obey the order, or else you can be UCMJ'd," which they're correct. But with that SMP contract, it's a wonderful comfort blanket for me. I can't be touched with it. But anyway, so that is how you protect yourself. You must have all documentation. As long as the paperwork is right, you can follow what it is that that you're supposed to be doing. And so, as a cadet at my unit, I am now an officer in training. That means I will walk around with an LT, and that LT will either ignore me or the LT will show me things. I have heard that as a cadet, I could be put in a PL position, a platoon leader position, where maybe like your platoon just doesn't have a sir or a ma'am to cover them, and that way a cadet can fill that spot. So if you're in that position, you kind of get thrown to the wolves, but it is what it is. Sometimes experience is the best experience. So thank you so much for watching this video. Last point. So difference between the 2-year and the 4-year thing. I know I said if you've been to AIT and you've been to basic training, then ROTC for you only has to last 2 years, not 4 years. If you've never been to basic and never been to AIT, you need 4 years. Also, I have a video about my wonderful no shaving profile. I think it's the first video I ever made. Please watch that if you're interested, because I had no idea how to get one until I got one, and it took me like 4 years to get it. So thank you for watching. Cue manual exit music. Hey. All right, thanks for watching. See you later.